So now we are going to create our project structure, and in order to create our project structure, we are going to use create React app. Create React app helps us create basic React project with minimal code and all the configurations set in place. So to begin with, let's create a new directory in our desktop first, and we are going to name as workspace. And let's go inside the workspace, and in the file path I'm typing in cmd and enter. That will open up a command prompt in the same location. Now we are going to type in npx. Remember, this is not npm, this is npx, and create React app. This is the library we are using to create the basic React project, and we have to give in the project name. So I'm going to name it as React with Typescript. So if we pass this command, create React app will create a React project with JavaScript code in it. But that's what we don't want. We need TypeScript. So in order to generate the code with TypeScript, we need to tell create React app by passing another argument, template, and pass in TypeScript, and then enter. Okay, it seems the package installation is complete. Let's close this command prompt, and in our workspace directory we can see that create React app has created a directory with the app name or the project name that we had specified. If we open this, we can see the node modules folder, the public folder, the src directory where our all source codes are going to be placed in, and few other files that I would be explaining. So let's go back and right click on this React with TypeScript and select open with Visual Studio Code. So we have opened this. Let's close the other Visual Studio Code window. We don't need that. And if we take a look on our left panel, so here we have opened up React with TypeScript directory, and here we have all the inner files and folders placed in. Now when we have used create React app for creating this project structure, it has created a lot of code that we don't need at this point of time. So if we open up this public folder, let me collapse src so that we can focus only on public for now. So we are not going to work on any of these things. Okay, just to give you a demo, let's open up the command prompt inside here. Let's press Control and tick and run npm start. And it has immediately run the server, and it has opened up a browser window with localhost :3000. And this is the exact page we have currently written in the create React application. So all the files are going to be placed inside this public folder and inside src. Now let's clean up all the unwanted or unnecessary files for now. I'm going to stop the server with Control-C, and I'm going to press yes. And I don't need this fav icon. The only thing I need in public folder is the index.html. So I'm going to select fav icon, logo192.png, logo512.png, manifest.json, and robot.json. Let's delete these files because I'm not going to be using them. And inside src, I'm going to keep only app.tsx and index.tsx. I'm going to delete all the remaining files. So these are the files that we currently have, and let me do some cleaning up here, so we don't need all these code here. Let me minimize this. So head is fine, and let's clean everything we have inside head. We are keeping the title here, and we can also keep the body, but we are going to remove everything inside the body except keeping the dev with id root. All right, and let's go inside index.tsx. Again, we are not going to use a many of code here. I'm going to clean up things for us, and a lot of imports are also no longer going to work. This is also not needed. Let's save. Let's go inside app.tsx. Here also we are not going to use many lines of code. I'm going to delete both these lines, and I'm going to clean up everything till dev, and this is the only dev currently we are going to use, and I'm going to type hello.react. Okay, I'm going to save this, and now I'm going to run the application again. Okay, it seems we have an error, and that's in index.tsx. Let's go back to our index.tsx. Oh yes, we have missed a parenthesis. Let's save this, and the moment we save this, Node.js recompiled it and it reloaded the page. Now we can see that the message that we had, or the text that we had written in app.tsx, is being printed here, hello.tsx. Let's go to app.tsx. So this is the exact message we have, and if we modify this, hello again, and let's save this, Node.js recompiled it quick and it printed the message in the browser. Now let's understand all the files that we have here. Oh, I missed another file. We also don't need this file, react.app. Let's stop the server and delete this file. Okay, so how exactly these things are working? Oh, let me clean up this Node.js also, because it also has a lot of files that we don't need. I'm going to clear up these things. So we are also not going to use a lot of testing libraries, and jest is also not going to be used, and Node, React, React DOM, React DOM, TypeScript, and TypeScript. Okay, I think this is pretty much we need, and then we need to understand what are the uses of these files. So as we have package.json here, so package.json is very basic file or very basic configuration of any Node.js project, since under the hood we are using Node.js project. Okay, but then we have added React.js features on top of it. So when we have Node.js package, so we specify what are the packages are going to be used for dependencies. Okay, so here we have types/node, types/react, and types/react-dom. And if we notice that we also have React and React DOM in addition to these two files. So what's happening here is we are downloading, or we are adding the dependency of JavaScript React-DOM and React. Okay, but since we are using TypeScript, so in order to have the TypeScript benefits, we are adding these two dependencies as well. Okay, so that's how we should be able to leverage the benefits of TypeScript. Okay, and definitely we need the TypeScript as well. Okay, and these are the few of the scripts that we are going to use. So if you have noticed that while running this application, I was using npm start. So when I mention start with npm, this is the start it is going to trigger. And when we do that, so then it will hit react dash scripts, and then it will call start. So internally there is another package manager which is react scripts, and in that react scripts we are passing start as an argument. So react scripts is going to start or configure everything for us and run for us. Okay, now how this entire thing is communicating with each other. Okay, first and foremost we have this index.html. okay, this is a very basic HTML. We don't have much to cover here. We just have the doc type as HTML, then HTML parent tag, and then we have the header as the head, and then body, and this body has just one element, that is the div, and it has an ID root. That's it. We don't have anything else here. This is a very basic HTML. This does not have any additional features in it. Now we have the file index.tsx. This file is very critical, and this is a mandatory file for React.js. So this is the file that glues an HTML file with React classes or React specific components. Okay, so if we look at the file and see line number 5, so we are using React DOM. See, this React DOM is coming from the package react-dom, which we had earlier seen in package.json. So this was the react-dom. Okay, coming back to index.tsx, so we are using React DOM, and then we are calling render, and inside render we are passing two arguments. First argument is the component. Okay, now we are seeing app component here. It has been surrounded with left and right arrows, and then we are calling document.getElement by ID, and then we are passing is root. So what's happening here is when we are calling document.getElement by root, so this will link the file to index.html. It will look for an element with ID root. So we do have an element with an ID of root, and then we go back to index.html, and exactly in that element it will put this component app. Okay, so now if we come back here and if we change this thing, this will no longer print. Now just for an example, I'm changing this to root 2 and save it, and I'm running as npm start. Would you like to add the defaults to your package.json? Let's press yes for now. Okay, it seems we have some issue here. Okay, it's clear. The target container is not a DOM element. Okay, so the reason is when we go inside index.tsx, it tries to find document.getElement by ID, and we are passing as root, and React will go inside index.html and it will try to find an element with root ID. But right now we don't have it. We had, and we have changed it to root 2. So React is not able to find any element in the index.html with root ID, and that's where it is giving us this error. Target container is not a DOM element because it does not exist there. Now let's go back to our code and let's change it back to root, and let's save it. Now coming back, we can see the file working again, and we have the same message we had earlier printed. Okay, coming back, and as we saw that index.tsx is going to work as the communication or the linking between the HTML file or the index.html file and a React app. Here this app is coming from the app.tsx. If we see import app from /app, so this is the same directory location it is pointing to, and we have this app.tsx. If we go inside here, we have a function app, and that is returning an element, okay, div, and that is hello React and hello again. These are the two messages we have. Okay, and so this is how the communication is working in React with TypeScript. And then we have few other files. README is definitely going to be used as a documentation for Git repositories or Bitbucket repositories. And then we have tsconfig. So this is tsconfig.json. tsconfig.json has all the configurations regarding to the TypeScript. So here we specify all the configurations we are going to use for the TypeScript. Okay, so if you see the type target I have changed it to ES6, and the library it is going to use dom.iterable, then ESNext, allow JS true. So this means it is going to compile or read JavaScript code as well, and all other parameters we can use. It also comes with more. This is very limited set of arguments or configurations we have, but if we go to the documentation of TypeScript, we can find out much more than this. This is just a minimalistic configuration created for us by Create React App. Okay, and package-lock.json is created by Node.js. This is to ensure that all the other developers in the team are using the same version of all the libraries that we have specified. Okay, so this is the very basic structure we have in React.js, or sorry, React with TypeScript.